Welcome to my channel. My name is Ho Mai, and today we are going to be discussing musical intervals. Now, this video is on the very basics, so if you don't know anything about intervals, this is where you want to be. So to start off with, intervals refer to the distance between two notes. Okay, so taking a look at this keyboard, for example, and I'm assuming you already know how to read a keyboard. We have the note C. And if we're going from C to D, for example, that is said to be the interval of a second. Okay? Basically, we just count. This will be 1 and 2, a distance of a second. If we're going to the note E, C to E would be the interval of a third. 1, 2, 3. So basically, I'm just counting the white keys. Okay, so let's take, for example, F to D. If we just count the white keys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F to D is the interval of a sixth. And so on and so forth. Now, it's important to note that the interval number, second, sixth, third, is completely dependent on the spelling of the notes and not the accidentals. Spelling meaning what letter the note is. So let's take, for example, let's say that we have the note C sharp. And let's say we have the note G sharp. When determining the intervallic number, we just consider the spelling of the letter itself, C and G. We're going to ignore the sharps. C to G. And C to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is a fifth. Now this is very important because it doesn't matter what accidental precedes the note. Let's say, for example, that we have a C double flat and a G double sharp. That is still going to be a fifth because it is spelled C to G, and C to G is always a fifth. You can use the keyboard like this to determine this. You can also visualize this just using the letters. So if I just write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and it goes again, A, B, C, and so forth. It doesn't matter what accidentals exist here. I could just make up any kind of accidentals here. It does not matter what these are. Okay? They're irrelevant. The only thing that matters are the letters, the spelling. A to C is always a third. I don't care if it's A double sharp to C double flat. B to D is always a third. C to E is always a third. D to F is always a third. E to G is always a third. A to D is always a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. D to G is always a fourth, regardless of the accidental. So now let's do some practice here. I'm going to pull up some staff paper here. And the clef doesn't matter here. Okay? But I'm going to draw a clef anyways, even though it doesn't matter. And let's say we have the note F sharp to A flat. You can ignore the accidentals. We don't care about the accidentals when determining the intervallic number. F to A is always a third. F, G, A. So this is going to be some type of third. Some type of third. It could be diminished, minor, major, or augmented, which we're going to cover on a separate video. For this video, we just want to understand the numeric value of an interval what you call an interval number. Doesn't matter what terminology you use. Let's do a few more. Still in treble clef. B to E. And again, let's throw some of these crazy accidentals in here. B to E is always going to be a fourth, because B, C, D, E. If I'm looking at the piano, here's the B, here's the E. 1, 2, 3, 4. Always a fourth. And just to drive this point home, let's do one more. I'll make this a natural. I'll make this a sharp. Okay? Again, we are going to ignore these accidentals. We just care about the letter names themselves, D to D. D to D is always going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, an octave. So hopefully this quick video is clear and helps you to understand how to determine intervallic numbers. Okay, so when you're doing your assignments, this is step one. This is always step one. Let me pull an example here from what you might see from one of your packets. Okay, here, I'll just pull out an example here. So looking at this piece of music here, okay? So we have 5 flats here, which means this is an A flat here. If you're determining this interval, again, you don't care about the flats, you don't care about the sharps. Your first step is to determine, is it a unison, a second, a third, fourth, fifth, etc. In this case, it's F to A. F to A is always the interval of a third. So let me know if you have any more questions on this. Just type it down in the comments and I'll try to do some more videos to clarify further these concepts. And I will see you in the next video.